Okay, hello and welcome. Today's Thursday, 3 p.m. and it's a beautiful summer day. I want to welcome you to Tea Time with Sietni Chong. I know that I'm here every Thursday, 3 p.m. just so that I can meet some of you and talk to you and let you know what's been going on in my world. And I have some exciting news that's coming up. As you know, I've been talking a lot about in the last few months about women's health, about menstrual cycle, about PMS, about how to get better sleep, how to get better vitality, how to make the digestive tract healthier, and all this stuff. And I've come to the conclusion that a lot of us, and women especially, that I've also seen in the clinic, have a lot of issues with PMS and also emotional ups and downs during the last few months, especially during this COVID-19. So I have especially I have some time on my hand, and I put together a course that I want to share with you that's coming up, and I'm going to put it up here. So the course that's coming up is called Taming the Tiger, or PMS. It's a 6-week course to understand, revamp, and reduce your PMS. And I have put together an 8 to 9 module course that will help you transition during each phase of your cycle, and also to ensure that you have a reduction in PMS, whether that's headache, bloating, cramping, mood swings, also any energetic stagnation in the body, and to help you reduce all that. So I'm very excited to share with you this coming up soon. I should have the link coming out in the next day or two, fingers crossed. But today I want to share with you some case studies that I have seen in my clinic, and also some suggestion on how to set the foundation and give you some ideas of what it means to have a healthy cycle. So let's dive in. So I prepared a slideshow here. I enjoy slideshow because I feel like that gives a lot of value and also gives a very much more interesting way to understand a topic. So here we go. Okay, so today's topic, PMS stories that I've seen in my clinic, and 3 mistakes to avoid on your monthly cycle. And this is a real case studies and real life talk that I'm doing with you, and also science behind your menstrual cycle and how we get to understand the menstrual cycle, understand the science behind it, so that we know what to do for our cycle as well. So next one is here. Let's see. So first case we have is May. Okay, May's story. So May came to me. She is actually a mom, a full-time mom, and also a business executive. She works from home right now during the COVID-19, and she's juggling between trying to make sure that her kids are homeschooled, doing all the homework on Zoom, and also trying to get her 9 to 5 office, which now goes to 9 to 8 sometimes in the evening. So she's a business executive. She's 34 years old, and her PMS issues are brain fog. She can really feel, she feels like a week before her period, she gets really tired and depressed and easily cry at the drop of a pin. And she feels like she worries about her kids more so during this time and than before. So May's scenario is quite common, as I can relate to as well, and some of us can relate to as well. Being a mom, you have a busy schedule and also a lot on your plate, so you're trying to juggle between working and also making sure the kids are time-wise arranged for them, and also homework are done and all that stuff. But now that's now summer, she has some time. So she's taking this time off to really cultivating some progress to reduce her PMS with me. And we have been working together now for the last 3 months, and I've helped her to reduce brain fog, her tiredness level, and depressed during the cycle, before her cycle, to about 2 out of 10. So before it was like 10 out of 10 for the depression, the crying, and then the tiredness before the period starts. So now she's down to 2 out of 10 in all of these symptoms and stuff. So that's a very good case that I want to share with you, May's story. So if you can relate to this, you might have other PMS symptoms that are different from May, but it's okay. It's just that we know the PMS symptoms are actually different for different people, but the similarities are about the same in terms that some people get more tired, some people get more depressed, some people get more of easily crying. If they watch a very sad movie, they will cry at the drop of a pin, and then other people have different symptoms too. So let's take a look at the next case. So June's story. So June is an associate designer for a store here in town, and her PMS complaints are bloating, and she feels she has stomach distension, also quite moody, and she's easily irritated, and backache that comes on like 5 days before her period starts. So for June, because she's on her feet, she's trying to make sure the design that she does in the store looks good, but she feels like a week before her period, she already starts to feel all these symptoms, trying to talk to her customers and trying to also be professional, but at the same time she's dealing with all these like uncomfortable in the body. She couldn't fit into her pair of pants during the last week before her period because distension and then bloating, and then feels like she's gained like 5 pounds. So June's story, if you can relate to this, I can relate to that story too, because sometimes I feel that if I don't really take care of myself, I haven't done the work of my acupressure, take my herbs tea. This happens to me too. And the irritation, the driving in the car, she feels like she's like, people are so either too slow or driving too fast or try to cut her off. And so during the driving time on the freeway, she gets irritated very easily too. So that's June's story. So she worked with me actually in the beginning of the year, from January onwards, and now I've seen her the last month or so, and she has told me her symptoms have actually become much less, and also she doesn't experience the moodiness or the easily irritated or the bloating that comes before her period. She knows now to regulate that using some diet that I've recommended, some herbs tea that she has taken, and some acupressure points that she has done also before her cycle to help her with all these symptoms. And she says if she missed some of this, sometimes the symptoms come up, but they're not at a high level anymore. They are manageable, and she can still go to work and don't feel like she's gained like 5 to 10 pounds. So that's June's story. So if you can relate to June's story, I say that this is not uncommon, and the bloating, the distension in the stomach, and the moodiness are quite common, and it's not normal to have this every single month, because PMS symptoms should not be your best friend. You should not lose 1 week before your cycle every month. And losing 1 week, being in bed, being tired, being irritated is loss of quality of life, right? Can you agree? Did I get an amen? Okay, thank you. All right, so let's see the next case. July story. Okay, July. As you know, these are not real names. I'm going with the name of the month, so that because we are in the July right now, so in the last few months, so that's what I'm using, the month for the name of the people that I'm sharing with you. Okay, July. She's a high school teacher. So here are her symptoms: headaches, craving for sweets, and she gets so hungry she can eat a horse, and she feels like she has also added like 5 to 10 pounds every time before her period. Okay, so Julie's story, I feel like some of us can relate to as well. And the headaches, so there are a few kind of headaches for PMS. Some of us experience one-sided headache. So headache either on the temple, the side of the head. Okay, and then also I'm gonna show you where the headache is. So okay, there's few kinds of headache. The headaches on the side, the headaches on the top, the headaches on the back, and there's headaches all over. All these 1, 2, 3, 4 kind of headaches have different indications of the imbalance. So each side will tell us what imbalance it is. So for us as a Chinese medicine practitioner, we diagnose the side headaches as liver problem. Not as in having a liver problem per se, but it's just that the liver qi is causing the disruption to the sides. of the head, and then you have headaches on the side. And like I said, each part, the top, the back, the whole head, headaches, all indicate different root condition that's being imbalance in your body. So we treat, and also the acupressure points that were prescribed for you will be different for different kinds of headache. So there's no one size fits all for headaches for us when we treat that. Okay, just to make sure that you understand. Okay, let's get back to the slides. So for her, also we have, she has seen me now for 4 months, and her headaches have actually gone down to 1 or 2, and the frequency is actually very few as well. Now her frequency is maybe 1 day or only half a day, and she has this kind of like a 1 to 2. So we're slowly trying to diminish a lot of them by balancing the body using herbs, lifestyle changes, her diet, and then also acupressure points. And all these in combination helps her to reduce the craving for sweets, reduce the big hunger that she has. And this hunger that comes in really is, we call it stomach fire. It means you have a little bit more fire in your digestive tract, digestive system, that creates you to be very hungry all the time, that you want to eat a lot. So this, we kind of temper the fire. We want a little bit of fire in the digestive system, but not too much. Too much means you're always hungry, you want to eat a lot, and then it equates to putting on more pounds. All right, so that's July's story. So I feel like some of us can relate to this too. July has a lot of women have headaches, and they just take an ibuprofen and aspirin or like a painkiller. Okay, so those are just numbing it. That means we are not really getting to the root of the condition. We are just getting to the top of it, the leaves, the branch of it. So if you are just taking painkiller, and it just takes the pain away, but it doesn't help you with the root. Okay, so understand that before we know, but before you move forward to taking any more of these painkillers, because there are other ways to help this. Okay, let's see the next one. So some of I get this quote from another patient that comes to see me, and this is what she says. Sometimes when I feel lonely, or when I'm feeling lonely, my PMS shows up, and that reminds me I'm not alone. So you have friends, yeah? And then let's move forward. I feel like I have 10 personalities, okay? And they all gang up on me at the same time. Okay, who can relate to this? Who can relate to this? Yes, I know some of us can relate to this, because you feel like you're a different person. Or we have our spouse or our partner or our friends or our family members tell us that, hey, you're a totally different person. Or hey, I know when your period is about to start, because you are a different person, or you are a little bit more catty, or you are really sad and also easy to cry, or whatever names they come up to you, because your personality change. So do you feel like is your PMS crazy too, like the quote, or do you have PMS that vary from month to month? If you have number 1, you can just write down the number 1. If you have number 2, you can put in a comment here for number 2. Okay, either one, we would know, okay, where you are, so I can get a tally. So if you don't mind just putting that on the comment section, that'll be good. Okay, so this is a fact. On average, people with periods will menstruate for 3,000 days in their lifetime. Okay, do you see that? 3,000 days. That's a lot of days. A lot of days between the age of 12 to maybe 50. Okay, you will be menstruating 3,000 days. So those equivalent to 8 years and 2 months. 8 years and 2 months of menstruation is a long time. So if you do not get your period health check, you definitely will be losing a lot of time here, 8 years of your life, trying to manage symptoms or period pain or headache or bloating or cramping or dealing with 10 personalities. So if you get to know yourself and that 10 personalities, and the 8 years you become that different person, it's time to make a change, right? Do you feel me? Okay, good. All right. Okay, so now the 3 mistakes I want to cover is very important. Why we keep having the same symptoms, why it keeps showing up every week, every month, is because we're doing the same thing every day and every month the same way. You do the same activity, the same workout. In your lifestyle, you use the energy the same way, okay? And then the work, you have the same intensity that you put into each project and your work. Okay, so these are the 3 mistakes that I see a lot of women do not understand. They do not phase out or understand the phases of the period cycle to maximize the use. Okay, so 3 mistakes: activity, lifestyle, work, same use, same workout, same use of energy, same intensity, does not work anymore. You need to quit that. Okay, so my secret tool to optimizing workflow, productivity, income, so that you don't have lost days, okay, taking absentees, staying in bed because you're sick, most important to remember is this optimizing all this energy so that you will have better productivity and know when to rest and know when to work and when you know the most use of energy at different phase. So let's take a look at next one. So if you're like a lot of us who most days you could work for hours, okay, you're focused, you're in the zone, right? You're feeling happy, you're doing what you love for your work or for your family, and you could function for hours, most of the times, and then boom, a week before your period starts, it takes everything in your power to spend a few minutes on the same task previously. And you realize also that during this time, your energy starts to fade away slowly. Okay? So the best way to stay in a state of productivity or rest and work is pay attention to your cycle. And we work with each phase energy patterns. And what do I mean by that? Okay, let's look at each phase's pattern and how to optimize it. You have to learn to plug your exercise, the use of your mental energy, your physical energy, and your work routine into different phases. So work with the hormone fluctuation. We know that estrogen and progesterone fluctuates throughout the cycle. And understanding this, it will help us to avoid burnout and depletion. And then also understanding the fluctuation will help you to divide and conquer tasks. And you're not going into work or your life or trying to help your kids at the same intensity every single week. This way, you can use your energy properly and cultivate a deeper connection to your intuition and your body's wisdom. Yes, working with the fluctuation of your hormones, avoid burnout and depletion. So let's take a look at that. Stage 1, flow, during your menstrual phase. What do? You rest. You do easy movement like yoga and walking. Okay, if you like to move, you move. Mindfulness practice, you internalize focus rather than externalize it. What does that mean? It means at work, you use this time more for organization, to analyze, to build outlines and structures. Okay, so this is the time where you do a little bit more of a internalizing work. Focus on the internal. Whether that means journaling more, meditation is welcome, a little bit more of an easy movement. Okay, in work-wise, the expenditure of the energy is to organize, is to build outlines, a structure, how to plan for the month, maybe what to plan for what you buy for your family's grocery for the whole month or for the whole week, how to organize certain things for your kids' wardrobe, how to organize different things in your house so that everything flows. And this is the time to do that. Okay, flow days. Next, follicular phase or yin phase we call it. So this is post period. Okay, so if your period is 5 days, this is the 6th day to before ovulation. It's called a follicular phase or yin phase. So this activity includes walking, okay, or light weight, or Pilates, or light cardio. And the mindfulness you want to practice during this time is slowly begin to expand your focus outward. And for work, begin to expand on the outlines and the structure. Okay, begin to implement some of the things that you have organized the week before. Okay, next phase, chi phase, ovulation phase. So during this phase is the mid of your cycle. So if your cycle is 28 days, this is day 13, 14, 15, or maybe 12, 13, 14, 15, depending on where you ovulate. Okay, but this is the ovulation phase. Activity should include high activity. So HIIT activity, okay, high intensity training, running, exercise that is challenging, okay. And in terms of the mindfulness practice, you want to create, expand, and then do more of a breath work. And also for work, external expression of your energy, external aspects of the project. Now you get on calls. Now you call people. Now you host meeting. Now you create stuff and put the structure and build it out. Yeah, you go to the store, you buy food, you plan out the whole week already previously, 2 weeks ago during your menstruation phase. So ovulation phase, do more of outward, okay, external aspect. Okay, last phase. Last phase is not here, but I will share it with you here. With my secret tool, here we go. All right, put it next to it. So last phase is the yang phase, luteal phase. Okay, luteal phase activity, more high impact, okay? So high impact strength training, you can do more cardio, okay, high intensity yoga. If you want to do a hot yoga, this is a good time to do it. And then mindfulness practice is about more breath work, more movement work, some of the like a Tai Chi or Qigong if you do that, or movement mindfulness work for more of a walking meditation, okay, or even like just being in nature is another mindfulness practice as well. And then best to work on expansion, external aspect of the creation. Now you can call people, you can organize meetings, you can make decisions because your energy level is at the highest. Okay, all right, so then here it says so hosting calls, slowly tapering down towards your flow phase. So flow phase is before period starts. Okay, maybe 4 days, 5 days before you slow down because you know your body's gonna changing, hormone change, fluctuation during this time too. So between qi and yang phase is where you really expand on the energy use. Okay, first flow menstruation, you organize, set structure. Yin, you slowly come up. Qi and yang phase, you totally make a big bubble. Okay, so in other words, this is okay, I'm gonna bring this one back. Okay, so next one. Okay, so the guide here, the secret tool, I will put it up for you if you like to, so that you can download this. I put this my secret tool for women to optimize their money cycle and to live in sync with their money cycle. So I'll put it up for you so that you can download it. So like I always want to say to my women folks that come to see me in my clinic, strong cycle health equals strong women. Strong cycle health equals strong women. Why is that? Because if you're going to be spending a week of your time, even 5 days or even 3 days out of every cycle of the month down, have crying spells or being angry or taking on another personality or dealing with pain and bloating and headache and all this stuff, you're really not living your fullest. You're not being your strongest at this point. So why not make your cycle strong as you are? Because life is not going to be, life will be much more better if you have a lot of energy and know how to use your energy, how to internalize, how to outward use energy, different phases of your cycle, so that you can be the best version of yourself for your friends, for your family, for your work, right? Come on top. So strong cycle health means you. Yes, okay? Alright, so that's it for the slide presentation here. And I want to thank you for coming and see me on this live. I know that it's summer now, and I'm sure a lot of you have plans to have fun, maybe hang out with your family, maybe going to the beach, maybe just hang out in your own pool if you have one, or the neighborhood pool if that's open, okay? So whatever it is, I want to thank you for being you. And remember that your cycle is important for your mental health, your physical health, right? And as well as your relation with the world. So remember that. Don't take it for granted. And I want to let you know also, my course is coming up. It's going to be so exciting because like what I've shared with you today, we're going to go in deeper dive for each phases so that you understand what happens at each phase of your cycle, how to maximize it, how to use acupressure points, how to use herbs, how to use your natural energy circulation so that you will feel better, and also how the science of hormone works so that you can maximize each phase to do and to live better. Okay, so here, Taming of the Tiger PMS, a 6-week course to understand, revamp, and reduce PMS. I will put the link up in the next day or two. I'm so excited. I can't wait for you to join me. And any questions, please let me know. I'd love to hear from you and your feedback. Okay, you can find me here on Facebook Live every Thursday, 3 o'clock, and also follow my social IG, and also my Facebook, and also my secret tool here. I'm going to put a link for you on my website so that you can download. Okay, enjoy. I will see you soon. Take care of yourself. Be safe. Wear a mask. All right, bye for now.